Hello gamers, this is Tom Sidener, the Lonely Gamer, and this is part 2 of John and I's Tiny Epic Quest playthrough. This is part 2, and this is round 1. And if you haven't watched the first part, which is setup, please go back and watch the setup first. You can find the link in the show notes.
So John, you are first player. So what the first player is going to do is you're going to take a look at these quests and see if there's any of these quests that you want to try to complete. And this one says that you have to have your heroes on 3 map cards that create this formation. So like bing, bing, bing.
Right, and so I could just stay here and then have one here and then one here, and that would create the formation.
Yep.
Right.
So if you had that, you would be able to take this card and you would immediately advance your spell token 1. So
library. Okay, now is that the only benefit is you get what's underneath it, or are the quests somehow leading you to victory?
I think you just get what it says on there. I don't think you get any. Oh yeah, you do. So it looks like during scoring at the end, depending on how many quests you have, you get victory points based on there.
Okay.
So you get victory points for spells you've learned, quests you've completed, and goblins you've killed.
Okay.
And you do get, just to note, you do get negative points if you don't do some of those things. So it is kind of got a Agricola type thing where you can get negative points for not doing stuff.
So we're wanting to learn spells, we're wanting to complete quests, and we want to kill goblins, and that's what determines our final score.
Right.
Okay.
This one here, this treasure here, you have to complete the Shadow Temple to get this, and then when you get this, this stays out, and when the equipped hero moves to a map card, immediately roll the dice and gain 1 energy or for each of these rolled. So so you get to equip the shovel. So some of these stay out. This one does not. It's just an immediate effect, but these actually have long-lasting effects. This one you have to complete the Shadow Temple, and this one you have to complete the Ice Temple. If we do not complete any of these in a round, then we actually get rid of this, and we're supposed to put it on that side to start with. And if we take one, we flip that over, and at the end of the round, we don't get rid of one. So
okay. Now, just generally, I think I understand that we use the movement and how we move around. How do we... 2 of these quests are exploring the temple. What's involved in exploring the temple?
So in this game, you have a day phase and a night phase. The day phase goes until 4 of the movement cards are taken up. You'll start a player, so you'll pick one of the movements. We'll both get to do that movement. Then I'll get to pick one of the movements, and then you'll get to pick a movement, and then I'll get to pick a movement.
Okay.
After that's done, the day phase will end. If during the day phase nobody took one of these quests, then we actually get rid of the one on the right. Okay? Once the day phase is done, we go into the night phase, and in the night phase is where we attempt to complete the temples, we attempt to kill orcs, we attempt to learn spells and stuff like that.
Okay, and that's somehow going to be involved with our characters, and I assume as we get things, it becomes easier to complete temples, and it becomes easier to kill goblins.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And yeah, because like this sword allows you to get to spend some energy to gain fists to attack goblins, and the shield allows you to spend energy to defend against wounds, which you normally can't defend against, and so on and so forth. Okay. It does come with this really cool dice tray that we will use. We'll put it... we'll kind of move it around, try to keep it on the screen as much as possible. When I use it, I'll try to put it here, and when John uses it, he can put it over there someplace where it'll show up on the screen. But it does have this really kind of nice dice tray that comes with it as well. So I'd like to put it up here, but I think it's going to be hard for us to roll in there and see what's going on. But we'll kind of figure that out. So
now is there any benefit to trying to have our characters like together? Do they like help each other if we send 2 on a goblin or something like that?
No. In fact, goblins they tell you how many characters can be at a location. So this could have 1 of each color. This could have 2 different colors. This could have 1 of each color. This could have just 1 goblin. This one can have, I think that's an infinity sign. So I think that's one of the. Yeah, that's the infinity, so any number of people can be there. So there is a limit to locations as well.
Okay. And your spell token, the idea behind that is kind of like your power?
No, this is how many spells you've learned, and so you'll get points based on how many spells you learn. Now, this thing here tells you at what level of spells you can learn. So when it's here, you can only learn the number 1 spell. If it's here, you can learn the number 2 spell. and as it moves up, you can learn more and more spells. But as it moves up, bad things start happening to you in the night phase, and so you kind of got to be careful of how you
Goes up.
how far it goes up. Yes.
But like, so for example, we each have on our starting mat that we can learn a spell.
Yes.
Can we learn that now?
You have to put a guy there, and during
Mhm.
the night phase is where you learn the
And you
spell.
learn it. And then if
And
we
that's
learn,
and that's learn this spell, which is the one all the way here at the end. See, it's got the little blue
Yeah.
thing there, so you that's to learn this one. But you can't learn this one until so like right now I'm at 0, and this is at 0 as well. I think that's the 0 for that. So when I go here, this will be at this is that 0? I better look that up. Yeah, that's 0. That's a 0. So this is at 0. So you can only learn a spell that's one more than where this is at. All right. So right now we can only learn this one spell.
okay.
If it gets up to here, we could learn this spell or this spell. If it gets up to here, we can learn this spell, or this spell. And when it gets to here, we can learn this, and this. The only problem is, at this point, we're getting some really bad things happen to us during the night phase. And
So, but then how do we learn the more advanced spells?
well, as your guy moves up, when he's here, then he can move. He can learn one more, so he can learn that one.
Oh.
So where you're at plus
Oh.
the thing is what spells you can learn. So
Okay, I gotcha.
okay.
And
So in the beginning, you're probably going to want to learn one of the first 2 spells if you want to learn one, because those are probably the only ones you're going to be able to learn.
the spells don't actually do anything,
No.
right? It's just like a score
It's a score, yes,
for the end of the game
for learning spells. Yes.
and for learning the spells.
Yeah, I don't think the spells give you any special abilities whatsoever.
Okay.
And if you want to know, the first level spell is right here.
Right, and
And the second level spell is right there.
Right.
Oh, and another thing is, you cannot move from sector to sector on a card. In order to go to this sector, you'd have to move to this card and back again
Oh, really?
in order to get to that sector.
Okay, but whenever you go to a card, you can choose which
Choose
sector?
which sector you want to go to. And there's only 2 sectors on either card. This sector and this sector.
Okay. Okay.
So you take the first movement card.
Okay. So I guess I'm going to do by ship.
Okay, and that's going to help you because you are on the coast.
Yeah.
And that says that you can move a person from a coastal area to another coastal area.
Yeah.
So a coastal area is any card that has an open edge like this.
Yeah. So, and then I'm going to move here, and I'm going to move to, yeah. So when we're rolling in the night phase, if we're trying to, like, if we have characters in multiple locations, are we then sort of divvying up between the locations?
Yes.
So, to a degree, it's kind of
Yes.
what we're going to do. And if we don't complete exploring a temple, or if we don't complete killing a goblin,
Then your person just goes back to the castle and you just don't get that benefit.
you don't get that benefit. But the goblin would still be injured, I assume. And
The goblin will actually heal.
Oh, so you have to be able to do all the damage in one round.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm going to put him here and advance any one of your heroes on a temple track.
Well, you're not on a temple track. So this would be a temple track. This would be a temple track.
Oh, and I assumed this would do it at night.
No,
it
it doesn't
works
when
right
you
away?
Yeah, it doesn't when you.
Okay.
So yeah. So
Okay. I'm going to come and explore the Shadow Temple then.
okay.
Actually, I'm going to explore the Ice Temple.
Okay.
So I go to the entrance there, or
Yep.
do I go on the...
Go to the entrance.
Okay.
And I'm going to go to the Desert Temple.
Oh, my.
Mainly because I'm trying to work on my sword.
Oh, and that's what that tells you?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so is this the Ice Temple?
Yes.
So if I complete the Ice Temple, it'll advance me.
Yes.
Oh, and then what's this thing?
That is the
Is there a water temple?
probably. Yeah,
There.
right there.
Okay.
Water temple. Yep.
Okay. So now it's your turn to choose a movement. Is that the idea?
Yes. No. So you turn that one over.
Oh,
Put that back and turn it over. And now I've got to decide where I want to go with my next guy. I could take a chance on the second level spell, but it could be that it won't get there. The second level spell is here.
Oh, there's a chance when you're learning a spell is you don't automatically learn it?
Well, if you go too high, you can't learn a spell that this doesn't advance to. That's what I was explaining. You can only lose, right now, you can only learn a spell that's one more, so you can only learn this one spell. So if this doesn't advance to here during the night phase, then you can't learn this.
Oh.
So you'd have to be, I think I'm going to go with a goblin, try to fight a goblin, I guess, for some points, and so I'm going to go by foot. I'm going to take the by foot for my selection, and I'm going to go here.
Okay.
And then you get to move one area.
Yep. In any direction.
Yep.
So I'm going to move here, which then lets me roll the dice and use any of 2 symbols to advance your hero in any one of the temple track.
Okay.
So I guess I get all the dice.
Yep. Let's move the quests up here,
No, that's a good idea.
and then we can put the dice box there so that dice box, the
Oh, yeah.
dice will show on the camera.
Great.
Now I'm assuming that you don't have to do any of the bad stuff with this. It looks like you just
No, yeah, it says ignore all other
other
symbols.
symbols. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Oh, let me turn the dice box around properly.
Okay.
Okay, so you got both, so you can do either or.
What does that mean?
You can either do you can either advance. Well, you don't have any of these, so you'll have to advance that one.
So do I advance it? Do I advance it 4?
No. And use any to advance. Oh, roll the dice and use any those or the. Oh, so yes, you could do 2. You can't do. That's an or in between, and you don't have anybody on this anyway. So. So you can do 2.
Oh, I see. So these are the maps.
Yeah.
And those are, so I move up 2.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
Alright, so now that's done. Now you get to pick a movement.
And this is what you say, this is the one of each color, so I couldn't move him on there again. Like, right? Like
Right.
that's saying that you can have one of each of those colors.
Yeah, so I could go there, but you couldn't go
Right.
there.
Right. And this says move another one of your heroes up to. Perfect. Okay. So I am going to do horizontal on road by horse. I'm going to move here, and then that lets me move another one of your heroes up to 3 map cards.
Okay.
And so I'm going to move 1, 2, and advance one of your heroes 1 space on a temple track.
Alright. Alright, and now it's my turn. That one would help me, because there is a quest out there. I'm going to go...
But that's up 1.
Yeah, I know. But I get to pick next on the movement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, we keep going with movement? I, for some reason, thought we did 3 movements.
4.
No? 4, okay.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to go here. Well, actually, I'm going to go here. It says gain 2 for each hero you have outside of your castle, but I can't go over my max, so I'm already at max. So that is the end of my movement. But now it's my turn to pick a movement, and I'm going to pick by raft, and I'm going to move here.
Explore the temple. Okay.
No, you know what? Gosh, I forgot. I could be at the same temple as you, and that's where I want to go. So actually, I'm going to change my move. I don't know if I can do that. Yeah, I'm going to change my move. Sorry about that, but I'm going to actually move here. Because I forgot, we can both be at this temple. I was thinking I couldn't go there because you're already there.
Okay.
But we can both be at this temple because it says 2 different players can be here.
Right.
So I'm actually just going to move to this temple for now.
Okay.
And then I'm going to pick the griffin as my movement instead.
Okay.
Sorry about that change, but I forgot about that rule. And then I'm going to move diagonally to that temple, and I start at the top. And so now you get to move diagonally one of your guys.
Now, conjure 2 mushrooms. what does that do? Does that just
That
advance
moves.
it too?
Yep.
That's all it does? It doesn't,
Yeah,
okay.
but if you're trying to complete this
Sure.
spell, that's going to put it closer to...
And can something in the night phase affect the magic?
Yes.
So if we're on a learn spot, we might be able to learn it if the magic goes up.
Right, exactly.
Right.
That's what I was saying
Yeah.
a while ago, yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'll just move up and learn the scorpion spell.
All right. So that that is the end of the day phase. And so
Okay.
now we go into the night phase. You are first player,
Okay.
so you get to roll first. Now in the night phase, we do it in this order, and then we do these. So we have to do damage first, gain power, conjure magic, and then we do these.
Okay. And is there anything that lets me re-roll, or is it just whatever?
Well,
I
you'll get to
happens?
roll, yeah, whatever rolls happens, then it goes to me, and then it goes back to you. At any time, at the beginning of your turn, you can say, I'm going to rest. When you rest, you gain either 1 heart or 1 energy. You can spend energy for different things, and it's on your player map. So it says you can spend 2 energy to advance on a temple track. You can spend 2 energies to defend against hits here.
Right. Okay.
And you can, looks like you can...
And so I don't understand by the order, like on my roll, am I doing these things or are they happening to me?
It happened to you.
Okay, so the first thing would be I'd take damage, I guess, if I was at a goblin. Is that the idea?
Yes.
Okay.
No, you take damage if you roll that.
Oh, if I roll that, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see.
Okay, so the first thing you do is you take 1 damage.
And so I take 2 damage.
No,
No?
you take 1 damage, and then I
Okay.
take 1 damage.
Ah.
And then I take
Okay.
1 damage. And then, so those are resolved. There's no energy to
Okay.
resolve. So then we resolve this. So this goes up 1.
Okay.
And then then we both resolve these. So I'm going to move 1 ahead on this.
Okay.
And you get to remove, you don't get to move because there's not 2. You need,
Now, can I pay for the
you
second
could
one?
pay for the second
So
one.
I'll pay 2 for a second one.
Yeah, and you move there.
There. Okay. And
And then we resolve this fight. You don't have anybody to fight, but I resolve 1 fight.
one. You hit the goblin by 1.
Yep.
Okay.
And then it goes to me.
Okay.
And I roll.
And now I haven't completed the temple yet. I'm almost. Is
You
that it?
you have to
Have
stay
to.
alive.
Okay.
So if you die,
Right.
then you don't get
But if I'm alive, then I complete it?
yes, at the end of the night phase. It's
Now-
a push your luck aspect.
Right. Now, could I rest now?
And you're beginning of your next turn.
At the beginning of my next turn. And
You
then
can't rest right now.
I can't rest.
So you gotta take whatever you
Right.
get this time.
Okay.
Alright, that's good. So no damage, no power, no magic, but I get 2 torches. So I'm going to go 1, and I'm going to pay 1, 2 to get 2 more. I mean, to get 1 more to add to that. 2 of these, so I'll go down 2 there. And then a punch, and I'll punch the goblin
Okay.
1 time, and I'm going to pass it to you. Now you could
I can roll.
rest and be done if you want.
Now the thing is I'm gonna complete that either way if I'm alive. Like there's nothing I can roll now that's gonna help me.
Well,
Right?
not really. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't see any reason
Yeah.
for you to stay in.
Yeah.
Personally, but
Yeah.
so then you
Okay.
flip that over and say I'm resting,
I'm resting.
and then you
Now-
get to recover 1 wound or 1 power.
Okay. So 1 wound or 1 power, and most of the stuff is like you get like wound or power. Yeah.
Yep.
So. And now what is this on the 0? -1 butterfly.
So if you get knocked out, your butterfly here goes down 1, I
Oh,
think.
down 1, and that's if you get knocked out with health, right? It's okay if your energy goes to 0?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
well, yeah, I don't know. Let's double check that. Because if your health token ever reaches 0, you become exhausted. Flip your adventure card to the rest side and immediately return all your heroes to the castle. Set your health token to 6 and your power token to 3 for the next round, regardless of your max health or max power, and lose 1 spell level in the spell library. So you'd lose 1 spell level here. So if you were at here, you'd go down to here.
Okay.
Reduce max power token if needed. See power threshold. You cannot resolve any more dice action this round.
So that clearly indicated that your energy going to zero doesn't
Doesn't,
send
yeah.
you there, so that's fine. So
Well, and your energy going to zero doesn't cause you to be knocked out.
that's
either.
what that's
Yeah.
what that's what I was asking.
Okay,
So
and then what was
I'm
the...
going to take 1 energy for for this. I could. Oh wait, no. This says for each hero return gain. So we're doing that later.
Yeah, let me see what it says here. All your heroes on portals... all your heroes on portals and obelisks or on the last base of a temple must return to the castle. For each hero return, gain 1 heart or 1 energy. Yeah, we'll do that when that whole thing's done because we need to know that... Well, maybe because you rested first, you probably take that quest.
That's my assumption.
Because I think you do that now.
Yeah.
Let me just double click. All of your heroes on the last of the temple track must return to the castle if you choose to rest. And hero on the last space of the temple track completes that temple. And any hero on a learned spell, magic line. Okay, heroes on castle. Okay, so yeah, so you would, so this would return to your
my castle.
To your castle, and then you get
take an energy.
Okay, and then you get this quest. And so equip the boomerang. When the equipped hero is at a goblin portal, each goblin you've taken deals 1 fist to that goblin. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So you get the boomerang, and you have to put it on one of your guys, so you can put it on if you want. And then also it says, yeah, it also says that any heroes on portals, which you're not on any portals, or obelisks, which you are on an obelisk. Yeah, but you did not complete that spell because you didn't get the magic up to this level where you would have needed to be. You could only complete this spell.
Okay.
So this guy goes back to castle, but you do get another thing, so you can
Okay.
take energy or health.
Yes.
Okay, and then that completes yours.
And he stays there because that's
He stays
else.
there. He's not on a portal, an obelisk, or he is on a...
Now, what's a portal? Is that where the goblins are?
Yeah, the goblins
Okay.
are portals. He's on a mushroom grotto. Does it say grottos?
No. Portals, obelisks, or on the last base of a temple track.
Yeah, so the grottos apparently stay where they're at. Okay, so then it goes back to me. I'm going to stay in.
And do I, because I finished the ice
Yes, you
temple,
advance that.
this advances?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I don't actually put it on the hero yet until I go to the last
Yeah,
one.
you have to complete it.
Okay.
And then this gets flipped over since you took a
Oh, okay. That's
thing.
fine.
So I'm going to go ahead and keep going. I take 1 damage. I go up 1 here. I get 1 energy. So I get an energy back.
And you do 2 damage to the...
And I do 2 damage to the orc. I just need to hit him 1 more time to take him out. I didn't get any of these, so I don't get to do those. So I'm going to go again. I hope I don't roll a bunch of health things. I can use 2 of these to defend against a health if I have to. So don't want to, but I'd really like to complete that temple.
Oh.
Okay, so I take 1 damage.
Now, complete a temple. If you don't complete a temple, you just stay until the next turn.
No.
Right? No. Oh. Okay.
No, if you don't complete it, I don't think you get to...
Because this says it's or on the last space of a temple track, so
Okay.
it seems like you don't return unless you're on the last space. I think you stay, and then you just start advancing again next
Yeah,
round.
because it doesn't say that. When it says
Yeah.
resting,
Yeah.
what does it say about getting knocked out? Do you have to go...
It says if you get knocked out, then you read that. You read that if you're in the temple and you get knocked out,
Yeah.
then you get sent back to your
castle?
To your castle.
Okay.
If you don't get knocked out.
Okay.
But you got 2
I got
there,
2, so I
so
get
you
to go there.
advance.
And I got a torch. So where's my torch guy? Yeah.
But you need another torch.
But I'm going to go ahead and spin 2
Yeah.
and get my torch.
Yeah.
And that at least completes that, and I can advance that. Now...
And did you already take the damage?
I did.
Yeah. And did you advance the magic?
I did.
Yeah. So
So
now
now-
this is the push your luck if you
Yeah.
want to try to.
Now I've got to decide if I want to try to get the 2 to complete that. Now,
Yeah.
since now we know that you actually stay on there, I might just leave that guy there for next turn.
The one trade-off I'd really point out is you almost killed the goblin.
Yeah.
And if you leave, then that goblin's not going to be killed, but you will have completed the temple. And that's the thing, if you get knocked out, you're going to lose the temple, even though you're on the last spot.
Yeah. So, I'm going to go for it.
Oh, wow.
Why not? I'm terrible at rolling dice, so I'm sure I'll knock myself out. So we'll see. I'll just hope for the best, because I got some things that I could complete. I'd like to complete one more thing if possible, but what's the worst thing if I get knocked out? I go back to, I think you go back to your max health and energy, right?
Yeah.
Woo, lucky roll. Okay, so I get 2 energy.
That's nice.
Yeah, and I move the magic. The bad things start happening to you when the magic gets up here. When the magic gets here, if you roll a hit, it's -2 health instead, and you don't get any energy back. And up here, -3 health, you get a damage for every one of these that gets rolled, and you don't get any energy. So,
ouch.
Okay, I got one of these.
Yeah.
So I am going to go ahead and
spend the other 2 energy.
and complete
Nice.
that. And I got one of these, but I don't need it. And
Gonna push your luck one more time and try to kill the goblin.
I think I've pushed my luck enough. So I think I will not do that because that's craziness. I don't know though. Yeah. If I had 2 more energy, I could actually kill the goblin.
Right.
Because I could do 2 energy to, I think to do. No, maybe not. I don't.
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, maybe not. Oh, I can do that if I have the sword. The thing is, the way it is now, I'll get to advance my sword and my staff. I won't get a quest, but I get to advance my sword and my staff, which would be really good. Oh, this is really hard. I got a really good roll this time.
Mm-hmm.
But I better not. I got lucky that time. I'm going to rest. So I'm going to rest, and I'm going to use my rest to increase my. Okay, so that one goes back to my castle, and I'll increase my health.
This one goes back to your castle,
and I'll increase my health. I get to move my sword.
Yeah, and
my staff.
And then this is at a portal, so that goes back to the castle.
Yep, and so I get another one. Mm-hmm. So I guess I'll go ahead and I'll go to max health.
And the goblin gets
he gets a reset, I'm pretty sure.
Now, if we were both on the same goblin...
You can't be.
Oh,
one guy.
So once one of us is there, nobody else can come.
If you rest or are exhausted before you can defeat a goblin you're attacking, your hero must leave the portal and return to the castle. Damage dealt to the goblin is not saved. Goblins are restored to full health. So, okay, so now that's the end of the night phase. And so we go to the resolution phase. The first thing we do is the magic token is moved back to here. Flip any passive goblins to aggressive goblins. So anything that's left here gets turned aggressive.
Oh, what does that mean?
It means you have to spend 1 energy to move through their location.
Can we still fight them
yes.
like normal?
Still fight them.
What about this one?
Oh, yeah.
And if those weren't passive, we would have replaced the goblins we'd killed, I guess?
Yes, with the green ones.
With the green ones.
Fill any empty portals with a green goblin. Flip all movement cards to their active side. If the first player is showing the this side, okay, I guess that's the side that just says you don't remove a card. If it's showing the other side, we remove a card, but we don't need to remove a card. And then we refill this. We slide these down. And we refill that. So there's a new quest there.
And do you become the starting player?
I become the starting player. Pass the first player token. And advance the round marker. And that's it. And we start over. So now I am starting.